Hey guys, Teacher Bogey here, and today I'd like to talk about a topic that I believe is very important to anyone working in the online sector, and especially online English teachers, and that is how your job, well, of course, in this case, ESL teaching, fits into your personal goals, ambitions, dreams, or whatever you want to call it that you have in life. So, of course, online teaching is not your standard brick and mortar kind of job, and I think that this is only to the benefit of the teacher. There's many ways how you can use this to your advantage to plan your own life or your own activities or maybe other professional interests that you might have better. And this is a very good opportunity, I think, for people to be able to maintain a steady income while still pursuing other options in life as well. So different people have different ambitions in life. Different people obviously have different ambitions in ESL. So how does this factor in? Well, let's say that people can be divided up into casuals, where we will put all the people that maybe teach as a hobby or teach to earn extra income or view this as a part-time job, or maybe opt for a more flexible schedule and not commit too much to online ESL. And let's say that the other group is more of a professional approach kind of teacher, where we have people who teach full-time or have graduated from an educational background and then got into teaching. So basically, these are the people who are hoping to kind of build a career out of ESL teaching. If we take these two groups and add just a small group in the middle where we have people who don't fit into either of those first two, we get the, I would say, population of ESL teachers in general. Some people want this, some people want that, and some people obviously are in between. So first, we can talk about casual teaching. It's perfectly fine to opt for a flexible schedule, and this is one of the opportunities that First Future offers. I've known a lot of teachers who have taught maybe less than 10 hours a week. It's basically your own schedule and how teaching fits into it. You can choose for yourself what kind of time you would like to put into teaching, and a lot of these people travel, and I think this is a great aspect of ESL. Absolutely unchained, unburdened by any kind of obligation. You can hope for flexible schedule, constant amount of income, if not fixed. Well, you will always get paid for all the classes that you do teach. So this allows you to travel. This allows you to maybe get some experience in the field. If you have kids at home, if you already have a full-time job, if for any reason you do not want to commit to teaching full-time, you have other things that you want to do, or a more free time, all of this is served excellently by the flexible schedule. I think that there isn't a company that can offer a package as good as this for the casual teacher. If you want to make time for whatever, you don't have to open any slots on the given day that you don't want to teach on. It's very good, and you have all of the control. I myself am in the other group. I've started teaching a few years ago here in First Future, and from day one I was here to stay, and I was in it for the long haul. The good thing about going into, well, let's call it career teaching, is that First Future is going to accommodate for that. The fixed schedule, or even a flexi schedule wherein you commit to a lot of hours, is a good way for someone to make teaching into a full-time job. And we had loads of teachers, and I've seen it in the chat groups, where if you look at the stack rank at the end of each month, some of our top ranked teachers combine fixed and flexi teaching to make up for a full-time job. So if your long-term goal is, okay, I want to make online ESL a full-time job, this is how you can do it. This is what I've been doing for a while now, but I've also started doing something else, which I like to talk about, and I think is a very exciting thing to try, and that is combining educational college majors with English teaching with another college major. For instance, I recently gotten back to college, and I've taken up a course in psychology. What I'm mostly interested in is developmental psychology, and I have to say I was inspired to do so because I worked with kids for so long, and most of my inspiration came from working in this company. So if you have the idea of developing your skills with kids, or knowledge about the development of the human thinking process, or whatever kind of science about the mind you want to learn, you can facilitate that with teaching. And that's absolutely amazing. I've had some students for a few years now, and I've watched them grow, and I've gotten to know them and built friendships with them even, and that's really incredible. Another thing is, if you want to combine any kind of college or any kind of related major with this job, you can, and I would say that it's a very good idea to do so, because you can get invaluable experience this way. Furthermore, if you are interested in other jobs in the ESL field, not just teaching, but let's say content creation, material editing, advertising even, you can do other jobs like myself. I started off as a teacher, and now I'm also a teacher mentor, and it's really fun and exciting. So what I'm trying to say is First Future really does offer many work opportunities that are not just teaching related. Not all of those are available at any given time, but I think all of the things that I mentioned so far have been brought up by the company at some point of my teaching here, in like an ad to the teachers, or an inquiry like, would anyone want to try to do something like this? And another thing that this just reminded me of is that if you do want to switch career-wise from a online approach to a brick and mortar approach, well, First Future offered several opportunities during my time here to do so. Like we've had several work opportunities to go and work in Beijing for a pretty good salary, I would say, and pretty good working conditions as well. So this means that you also get the opportunity to bring together teaching as full-time job and traveling, which is something that not a lot of jobs can offer. For those people who are in between the two groups, I would say they can also hope to achieve a lot here, because you can do, like, let's say, a fixed schedule, take on a project, and then also supplement that with flexible slots. And depending on the part of the world where you live in, you can make enough money to sustain yourself perfectly fine, while still having time off to do fun activities and get plenty of free time. So there's something for everyone, and that's what I admire about the system. It's that you can make your work with any kind of your own personal schedule, and that is something that's really valuable. I think no other company that I know of can offer that kind of freedom and security. Of course, I always like to retrospect and say what this job has done for me. And well, let's see, I've renovated my apartment with this job. I bought a new car. I talked about this in a different video. I needed to have extensive oral surgery, and this job paid for that. I'm very grateful for that. A lot of free time activities like cycling, hiking, traveling, all of that. And of course, it also sustains me day to day. So I think that all of those are common goals that everybody has. I mean, a lot of people want to know that even if you already have a full-time job and just do this part-time, it's always good to know that you are paid a decent amount of money that is enough to be able to cover some emergency expenses, like what happened to me with my teeth. I think this is a big deal. I really do. So yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said on the subject. Any kind of long-term or short-term or mid-term life goal that you have can be compatible with teaching in this company. You just need to sit down, make a schedule, make arrangements with the company, and it's all going to work out perfectly. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. It was very nice talking to you guys after a while, and I do hope to cover some other interesting subjects as well. So goodbye, and I hope you guys let me know what you think about this video.